Hi, and welcome to an Eclipse Story. My name is Paula Boylan, and I'm here to give you a very simple way to work with the upcoming eclipse energies. This is a picture of what the skies will look like overhead on the eclipse on the 8th of April, 2024. Now, this is a picture of what it will look like when I look up at the sky, and I'm here in Niagara, Canada. So right there we have the sun and the moon. I've circled it in black. And it's at 19 degrees Aries in the 9th house. Now, as an astrologer, I understand these symbols and these meanings, but it's not that easy for someone else to understand it. So what I've done is set this out as if it were a story. So we've got actors, which are the planets. We've got the characters that they take on. That's the constellation they're in. And we have the stage that it plays out on. So this is playing out in the 9th house. That's the stage. And the characters are in Aries, that's the constellation. And we will have the sun and the moon aligned with one another. So we call that conjunct. They are going to be sharing energies with one another. And so the sun, he represents how the motivation to interact with others plays out. The moon is all about our inner emotional world. When you join those together, you have wonderful conditions available for self-contentment. And boy, do we ever need some self-contentment right now in our world. Now, when the sun is in Aries, it's impulsive and brave and sometimes reckless. When the moon is in Aries, it expands and experiences the new so that it can realize positive emotions. Now, when you join those two together, join those two characters together, there's a brave expansion. It's going to fuel new positive emotions. So this is all about positive emotions, this eclipse. Now, the stage is in the 9th house. Now, in the 9th house, we're going to declare to the world at large. That's what the sun's going to do. The moon's going to have that sense that it needs freedom to act on its own instinct. Join those together, and we're free to experience positive emotions moving forward. This is very, very positive. However, anybody who's had to leave something behind in order to create something new knows that on the journey to those great, wonderful, positive emotions, there's a bit of change that's going to occur. We will have to get rid of the old in order to leave room for something new. Now, I've given you a bit of gobbledygook there, and great, yeah. So what am I going to do with this? In order to help you work with the main story of this eclipse, I went to the Sabian symbols. Now, they are a family of 360 images that correspond to every single degree of the circle. They were created by Dr. Mark Edmund Jones and the clairvoyant Elsie Wheeler as a way of visualizing the character of each point in the tropical sky map. So for this particular point, 20 degrees Aries, what we see is a prize fighter entering the ring. Now that tells me that we're going to have to get ready to fight for what we want. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you, or if you have another interpretation. I'd love to hear that. Now, in any good story, there's always a supporting actor. And our supporting actor in this story is in that area down there with Pluto, with the big circle. That's in the 6th house. Pluto is seen as the planet of transformation. Now, as an actor, its instincts are driven by societal pressure. In Aquarius, it's going to rebel against the general decline in the quality of life. And in the 6th house, the stage is going to play out. We're going to be rebelling against the ongoing push for performance by the people with power. This is an incredible energy. I'm just so excited by what's coming for us, for humanity as a whole. So the Sabian symbol for this point is a deserter from the Navy. Wow, I mean, what does that say to you? It feels like humanity has been under the thumb of the military-industrial complex for so long. Is it time that we're just going to desert? We're not going to do this anymore. That's what that says to me. What does that say to you? When I'm working with clients, I like to take their chart and work with multiple modalities to get the clearest picture possible. So this is one of the things that I actually do. I try to get it, I call these biostacks. So on the left-hand side here, you'll see the Tau symbol. Now, part of my secret sauce I take a look at which are receptive, that's the shadow side there, and which are in the active side. So we have got up here the sun and the moon in this story, this eclipse story, is pointing right towards self-knowledge. It's at the top, it's at the chakra that's connecting you to your spiritual self. This is all very much a spiritual eclipse. The spiritual awakening is now, and this is just such wonderful information about this. Now that crown chakra represents self-knowledge. So that's what we're being asked to do, is to take that energy of the sun and the moon coming together and use it to fuel our self-knowledge. We're going to have to know the self and stand in our power in order to succeed during this fight. Now, down here at Pluto, that's at the self-acceptance level. That's at the heart chakra. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to use everything in our hearts to fuel that fight in the ring that we're going to have ultimately with ourselves. It's all about the self. If you don't know who you are, if you ask others to tell you who you are, whether it be, media or whatever, parents, whatever, you can't stand in your power because it isn't who you are. And we all need to be super, super powerful right now. Now, interestingly enough, if you'll notice, the lower three chakras here, self-definition, self-gratification, and self-preservation, have nothing to do with this eclipse story at all. This is all about working with the heart, going through the self-expression of the throat, into self-reflection at the chakra where the third eye is, and into self-knowledge where the crown chakra is. So this gives you a little bit more of an idea of how to work with this energy and how to see this, how it's playing out. So just to recap, we have an eclipse at 20 degrees Aries in the 9th house. This is all about knowing the self. It's in that chakra that's closest to our spiritual selves. We've lost our connection with spirit. We are too connected with physical form, and without getting our marching orders from our higher selves, unless we can learn to really listen to what our spirits are trying to tell us, we're not going to be able to leave the Navy, so to speak. So again, the Sabian symbol is a prize fighter entering the ring. And down here, Pluto's at 1 degrees at the self-acceptance or heart chakra, and the Sabian symbol is a deserter from the Navy. So I've given you a whole bunch of information, but what are you supposed to do with that? You have the opportunity to work with the eclipse energies by starting with self-knowledge and working towards self-acceptance. You're a prize fighter entering the ring. The energies of this eclipse are here to support you. Learn to love and accept the self and leave the controlling aspects of society behind. Over the next week or so, I'm going to put more information out to help you work in an even deeper way. This is an incredible opportunity for humanity. I'm just so psyched by this. I also know that we've got to fight. We've got to get strong enough to fight, there's no doubt. And I would also suggest that because these energies don't support anything sort of closer to the physical level, please go out there and pick up some food and some water and take care of yourself so that you're still here to be part of this incredible situation. I also want to give you access to a free meditation. So if you just paulaboylan.com/meditation, I'll also leave a link down below. That is a free audio 33-minute lovely guided meditation. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I am going to be talking further. We're going to look at the Destiny card, and please like, subscribe, and share. So, namaste. The spirit in me sees the spirit in you, and I'm very excited to be on this journey with you on the planet at this time.